Hello and welcome to today's Sunshine Prepper News. I'm Willow, the Sunshine Prepper, here to spread a bit of positivity on the unavoidable doom and gloom. Join me for some hearty har-hars to help your heart do its job. It's pretty common knowledge that laughter is medicine for the soul, so here we go. Hearty, hearty, har, 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 har. All right, and now with a smile and all the optimism of our inner child, let's get into what looks like the wrath of God in the form of flooding all over the place. I mean, maybe it's the consequences of humans trying to play God with weather manipulation technology, or maybe it's the accumulation of cow farts and billionaire jet emissions. It's curious to me how each and every news report on each of these flooding events has to have the line of, "This was caused by dun dun dun, climate change." So, first up, closest to home, is the flooding in Texas a few days ago in the Houston area. Hundreds of people had to be rescued, and a child was swept away and unfortunately didn't make it. As tragic as that story is, it really only gets a lot worse, as right now Brazil is seeing record-breaking flooding. Around 150,000 people are estimated to be displaced, which I guess is supposed to be a kind way of saying homeless. And estimates around 500 to 800,000 people are without food or water. I saw that quite a few people are still missing, but I think the loss of life is sitting around 90 people right now. They've lost a lot of livestock as well, and of course they've declared a state of emergency with everything going on. But what really sucks is that they're still expecting more rain in the next week or so. The people are trapped in cities because bridges are down, roads are so flooded. A lot of people are just straight up stuck where they were when it happened. So they've got, 14,000 plus soldiers assisting in rescue missions and trying to get supplies to people. It is a huge disaster, and it's not over yet. There was a woman, she was 53, and she was so clearly devastated and caught off guard. She said her house had never flooded her whole life, and now she has to rebuild after this historic flood. Yikes. I think about how devastating fire can be often, but we have to remember to keep a healthy fear of the power of water, too. The next unprecedented flooding event you probably heard about a few weeks ago, but Dubai got a year's worth of rainfall in one event. It was the largest flood they've had in 75 years. 75 years! So historic flooding is on the rise. But wait, there's more. Also, about 3 weeks ago, there was flooding in Russia and Kazakhstan. And since then, there has been more flooding in the desert in Saudi Arabia. You get a flood, and you get a flood. Everybody gets a flood. So, who's responsible for all these floods? Well, each and every news report blamed good old climate change, something about a warmer planet holding 7% more water in the atmosphere. Either way, Brazil's flooding is said to be related to the El Nino weather pattern, and people tried to suggest maybe cloud seeding or other weather engineering was to blame for Dubai, but the fact checkers swooped in with explanations on how that technology couldn't do that, perhaps thereby admitting weather manipulation is not a conspiracy. I mean, Tennessee recently passed a law to ban the spraying of anything to manipulate the weather, so I think it's pretty clear that weather engineering slash manipulation slash whatever you want to call it is officially conspiracy fact. Not to say that it's responsible for any of this flooding, though. If you'll kindly put on your tinfoil hat, I'd like to invite you to contemplate that maybe the raging waters on our planet have something to do with the sun and positioning and interactions of magnetic fields of various planets. If the moon is proven to affect the tides, this might not be quite so far-fetched. Recently, Neptune's clouds disappeared, and the scientific community was sort of forced to admit it was directly related to the sun. So wait, you're telling me that the sun is causing the last planet in line to react to its changes, but we're supposed to expect that the space happenings aren't having any impact on Earth whatsoever? It's all those gosh darn evil fossil fuels. I don't know, but check out the Adapt 2030 channel to hear more sophisticated explanations of how Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune are going to form this near perfect square. We're going to be in the middle of it. It's happened thousands of years ago, but, perhaps it's just tinfoil hattery. All I know is that you should probably expect another season of record-breaking floods later this year. There's nothing I can do to stop a flood, so time to laugh at how small we are in the grand scale of our galaxy, let alone our whole universe. Let's go. All right, thank you so much for tuning in. This week's mission, if you choose to accept it, is to spread laughter. Pick a pun or a dad joke or something funny and go make someone else laugh. You probably already do this easily anyways, but I offer you the opportunity to be intentional and really get a giggle or two from the people you love this week. I'll see you next week. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. You can always find me at Sunshine Prepper on YouTube. Adios. Sunshine Prepper out.